Alright, into customs, and this run is a response to a challenge that was issued the other day by Broken Bench, and I will link that video in the description. And the challenge is to try and win with Anubis Mothman. And I imagine there's probably going to be one or two other channels uploading very similar videos either today or in the coming days as everyone tries to take this on. But I wanted to put my own little spin on it, and the way we're going to do that is by incorporating Firefly as well. So Firefly is a new tier 1 in Star Pack. It's basically like the the tier 1 version of Hedgehog. So it does 1 damage to adjacent pets, and at level 1 it will only hurt 1 pet on either side, and then level 2 it will be 2 pets either side, and so on. So we're going to bring in the Mothman here, and the slight complication with this is that in order for Firefly to really do anything, we also need Toad. And Toad isn't really going to work with Anubis because the weakness is not going to be applied until after all the feint abilities have gone. So you don't really get the benefit of weakness on the first volley of snipes. So that actually means that because I decided to go down this road, my entire team is kind of decided for me. So we need to have Anubis, we need to have Mothman, we're already decided that we're going to use Firefly. And for the last 2 spots, we need Toad, and then we also need Bat. I guess I could have used one of the other weakness pets like Flea or Frostwolf, but I think Frostwolf is probably the most common thing you see with Anubis, probably because it's got the best tier 2 feint ability. Does it? I don't know. Maybe there's something else I'm missing, but I think it probably does, especially in the late game where you can be overwriting 3 different perks with the cold. So we're freezing Pineapple here. I did mention in the video the other day that Pineapple is weaker now. It only works 3 times and then it breaks. But we need anything we can to increase the damage output from Mothman, because it's kind of sad, really. It's just not a very good unit. I think probably it was designed for when Barghest in Unicorn Pack still gave weakness instead of spooked. So then your Mothman hits are doing, what would it be, 5 damage, I think. So here we go, we get the Anubis going. We actually kill something with the Firefly. And I think Mothman is going to kill the camel here, yep. We got very fortunate with the Water of Youth on the guinea pig. Of course, I say we got very fortunate. You're not watching the very first attempt I had at this. There were clearly a lot of attempts, and so there were a lot of situations where the guinea pig was transformed into something else that was of no use at all. But look how effective that was at wiping the whole squad there. Unfortunately, at the end, there's no weakness left for the Mothman to actually hit anything when it faints. Now, there's no need to level up Anubis. In fact, you can just put it at the back of the team with base stats. I think I'm going to put Potato on it. Although, actually, I don't think it matters. If Anubis gets sniped, it's going to trigger the abilities anyway. The only thing we're worried about getting sniped are the feint pets, because Anubis will not go off if they have fainted beforehand. So we luckily get a draw here with the last gasp weakness from the Toad. And we're up to level 3 Mothman. Okay, I'm going to take the Fig. And fairly low statted looking team, which is exactly what we want. But here's a perfect example where the Firefly gets fainted and therefore Anubis only triggers the Mothman. So it would be nice to get the stats on the Firefly a little bit higher, but I think this is probably going to be quite a low statted run. And we're just trying to get levels as soon as possible. I guess since we don't need to level up Anubis, we already have 2 pets at the maximum that we actually care about. And you can see here, although the Firefly is a tier 1, the amount of damage it can do is quite effective when you have the weakness application. And you can end up, double hitting the same units. As we're going to freeze this mushroom in order to take advantage of the feint abilities. So I think, yeah, it's definitely better than Pineapple now. I guess with old Pineapple, suppose it depends really, but yeah, I think it's much better to take the mushroom than it is to keep the pineapple. Yeah, so I'm just double checking the damage. It is 2 damage base, but because everything's going to have weakness, it's going to be 5 damage. And yeah, amazing round here where we snipe absolutely everything apart from the eagle. And we just hope that the eagle's not going to spawn anything too crazy. I don't think it really made any difference what it spawned at level 1. And then the Mothman gets the last snipe on the walrus. As you can see, the Anubis is still base stats in the back, just hanging out, not really doing much other than triggering the feints at the start of battle. And I guess we can start working on level 3 Firefly. It does help spread weakness with the toad as well. If there's anything that happens to get healed, maybe by unicorn, or I mean, I would say frigate bird, but I can't remember the last time I saw a frigate bird in customs. I've played, in the last couple of days, I've probably played 5 or 6 hours of customs, and I haven't seen a single frigate bird. I don't think I've seen a single unicorn either. So you're probably pretty safe with these types of weakness teams. And this looks like it's going to be very tough to get past these stats on the tuna at the back. All we have to do though is snipe the ibex. And then the tuna's ability means absolutely nothing. So yeah, a narrow victory. And didn't look like our team could really get the win there. Again, Anubis, we don't need a level up. We're on 9 wins. It's turn 15 and we've got a pretty weak looking squad. Of mostly tier 1, 2s and 3s. Now this one is going to be a bit of a problem. There are quite a few people who play this team to destruction, triple scaler plus turtle. You've really got very little chance against that, especially when the largest unit is a rhino. But we do still have 3 hearts, so we just need to find a low statted team that can't really tolerate having all their equipment replaced. However, spoilers, it's not going to happen in this next battle, because something insane happens here. Look at this team. Nyala with no trumpet spenders at all. And it's all looking good. We got rid of the turkey. And this level 2 orca spawns walrus plus nurse shark, which probably is the single best permutation they could have had there. Out of, I don't know how many, there must be millions of permutations. And they got walrus nurse shark, and then the walrus actually hit the correct unit out of the 50-50 afterwards as well. I was pretty annoyed after that. But then the matchmaking makes up for it, gives us this scorpion team, which is going to be completely useless against the bat plus toad combo. And although they do have Jerboa, which is kind of a villain in customs at the moment, we are going to get the win with the Anubis as the sole survivor. Plus the Firefly ribbon as well. So I do have one bonus clip here, and it is me getting matched with Broken Bench. Again, channel linked in the description. I thought this was kind of funny. You know, what are the odds of facing Anubis Mothman when you are also running Anubis Mothman? Well, I guess the odds are slightly higher when you know that other people are going for it.